10th Super Bowl. What words, Pat, do we use to describe what he has done here?
Yeah, it's legendary. It's iconic, much like the three men I'm sharing the screen with right now. It is great to be back right now on Get Up. I appreciate you all here on this beautiful Overreaction Monday after Championship Sunday. I think my rookie year, okay, I got drafted to a team that basically was a buzzsaw. Okay, we went undefeated until we chose not to in week 15, week 16. We lost 2 games. Then we get to the playoffs and we end up going to the Super Bowl to play against the New Orleans Saints. And we all know how that ended. Okay, Drew Brees and his baby are up there on the stage and there's confetti falling. And I walked into the most miserable locker room I've ever seen in my entire life. And that was my rookie year. I was 22 years old. I figured we'd be back next year. I went in there into the locker room, tried to talk to a couple guys. Hey, not that big of a deal. We'll just run this thing back next year. That is not what happens unless you're Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes and City Chiefs. 10 appearances in the Super Bowl, 10 of his 21. I think that's like a 47-point-something percentage of his career. He ends up in the Super Bowl. That's a higher percentage than Steph Curry shoots from 3. It is an unbelievable thing we're getting a chance to watch, and it isn't until it's all said and done that we give people flowers and everything like that. But as soon as Tom Brady dropped into that Buccaneers building, I think everybody that knew football knew that everything was going to get heightened, everything was going to get better, and here he is in his first year in the NFC as the NFC champion, and now he's taking a squad that looked lost just 1 year ago to the biggest game of all time. Tom Brady is an icon. He's a legend. He's a GOAT for a reason, and I'm just thankful to be alive to get a chance to watch his avocado ice cream eating ass do what he does.
The Bucs hadn't been in the playoffs in 13 years. And Dan, you made the point earlier, it's not even worth comparing him to other quarterbacks now, right? We compare him to ghosts and the greatest legends in the history of American sports.
Yeah, absolutely. He has transcended, hey, is Tom Brady the greatest quarterback or greatest football player ever? For anybody that did not have that thought process, it's over. It's done. It's written in stone. He's now into, and don't forget, Jordan won 6, but they were all in Chicago, right? Like, Tom Brady's got the chance to now leave teams, leave the greatest coach ever, leave the conference that he plays in, and to go win another one. That's why he's in the Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Babe Ruth conversation. And like, Pat makes a really interesting point, really good point of him doing 10 out of 21 and whatnot. But the reality of, like, it's important for everyone to remember the backstory of the Buccaneers. This is a team that hadn't been to the playoffs in 13 years. They're the worst organization when it comes to winning percentage in the history of the NFL. There was no offseason. Everything was stacked against them. It took him 5 months, and he took them to the Super Bowl.
The field goal, and Aaron Rodgers never got back on the field. Pat McAfee, what'd you think of the decision?
Yeah, it was obvious. I'm the biggest field goal guy on earth, all right? Let's get some points on the board, especially when it's over Fox. Crosby, let's go ahead and do that. But that late in the game, if you kick a field goal, you're still going to need a touchdown. And listen, LaFleur's offense in the second year here, alongside Aaron Rodgers and the boys, has obviously flourished. I mean, 40-some touchdowns, less than 6 picks on the season, an MVP-like career. So he's obviously done some good things on the offensive side of the ball. But whenever you talk about making in-game adjustments or game decisions, one of them, going for it here on 4th down, whenever you're down 8 with 2 minutes left and you have the guy on your team in Aaron Rodgers. Now, granted, he's already thrown for 3 touchdowns. He only has 1 interception. That was a suspect call that could have been made and everything like that. A lot of people talking about him running. He had been pressured 22 times, sacked. I think he saw the corner and also saw the guy behind you. But how about just leaving Billy Turner on an island all night with Pierre Paul? I mean, there was a lot of things that we could have kind of talked about in the moment, although the 4th down call going for the field goal is the one that we're going to eventually land on, because of how asinine it was. But you're talking about 3 times out of 115 different situations that are like that. Down 4-8 with about 2 minutes left. Whenever you have 4th down inside the 10, only 3 people have ever not gone for it. The fact that he chose not to, I think he kind of spits in Aaron Rodgers' face. Now, I don't think LaFleur meant to, but with the way the whole thing turned out, hindsight's 50-50. Cam Newton said that. We're obviously going to judge it looking back. That should not have been made, and I think we all understand that here this morning.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.